Hey guys, this is Rocking3 bringing you a live commentary Forza 6, and this is just going to be a general review of the game, of what I played so far. I started this back on Thursday of last week, so I've had about 4 days to play the game. Gone through a few classes, played a few different levels, played night racing, played in the rain, did single player, did multiplayer, did the league racing. And this next few minutes is just my review of the whole thing. So let's just go through this left to right. Test drive, I don't really try it out. I suppose if you wanted to try a high horsepower car, you could just give it a whirl out there. Message center is the area where I've been getting my rewards and DLC, news, rivals, challenges, gifts, all that. Forza Hub, of course, connects you back to the Forza Motorsport websites and the prize spins. I do like the addition of prize spins. I like winning cars for leveling up, and obviously we're going to be getting a lot of them. If I end up at level 1500 again, that's a lot of free prize spins. The nice thing is if it gives you a duplicate car, it asks you, do you just want to take it in credits, which is pretty handy. The career mode overall has been a little more engaging than it was before. I still like the idea of the big chart where you can kind of pick and choose where you go. This kind of leads you along the way. I did one of the indie races challenges in the middle of it. Kind of a nice little breakaway from what you're doing. Some people like to stay on task. Some people like to kind of veer off. I would say the career mode's a little bit better. I was surprised to see that we were allowed to set times in career mode, because you get those cards and you might have more grip, more power, some other type of advantage for the particular track you're on. I'm not sure whether that counts towards like a multiplayer leaderboard. I don't know if there's a different career leaderboard and a multiplayer leaderboard. I'm still yet to figure that out. I hope it does not cross over though. Free play, test drive, I don't really do. Multiplayer has been pretty good. Multiplayer with the number of tracks and stuff, although it seems like it's weighted towards some of the newer tracks, which is good. You get a chance to drive on them. But multiplayer for me has been either a runaway win or getting just crushed because there's so many cars. I'll be in a lobby with 20 to 24 people, and if you don't get out of that first corner, you're done. You're pretty much crashed and you're out of the race. And if you start in the back, unless you make a huge jump right off the start, again, your race is probably over. The races themselves seem like they're a little bit shorter, which I think in this case they should be a little bit longer. But I'm not sure why they would make it shorter with more cars. But I would say the longer races would be more inviting and a chance to, if you do get wrecked, you might still have a chance to catch up. Overall, the multiplayer has been pretty smooth, not a lot of lag, not a lot of floating cars. It's been pretty good. Loading times are long. When you get 24 people in a lobby, it takes a really long time for that race to start because everybody has their load time. Leagues is something that I think is going to take off a little bit more once we get into general release. Right now, there's just not enough people. If I go out here in the lobbies, you'll probably see one, maybe two other people. Oh, they opened up a new one too. They have a spec one open. So they've had just this one open, and every time I get into it, there's like maybe one person in it. So right now it's an alternative to large lobby racing, but it's also so small that it doesn't make it very enjoyable either. And I can't remember. I don't know if this is ghosting or not. You see a couple there, so a little bit bigger, and you see they have the Mini Cooper 65, so that's a disaster too. We'll get to the Mini later. Rivals, I've been using that to test my cars, tuning them up and then testing my cars and seeing how they kind of match up against each other to see where they should sit. The cars list is huge. It is so huge, it's going to take a long time to get through it. I have maybe 30 cars at this point, which is actually quite a bit. But I'm still doing a lot of tuning with them. Upgrade shop and tuning is very similar to what it was before. You can still download tunes from other people, use those if you want. Quick upgrade is something that I never use. I think that's just parts that they add to your car to make it 600. Painting, waiting for some of the buddies of mine that are real good painters to start pulling down their paint jobs. Right now there's just some kind of generic ones out there. There are a few good ones too, and I've grabbed a couple, but I know there's some really good artists out there that are going to make some really neat ones. Not using really anything there. Mods, my Drivatar, I just want to apologize right now. I'm sure he's been beating people around a little bit. That is what he does. He's not a very calm driver, and of course I'm working on getting all my tracks synced up too. So what do I think of the game? The game is really fun. The cars are really good. I think from my point of view, there's almost too many trucks and SUVs. Kind of feels like a little bit Horizon 2 got mixed in with Forza, which, you know, a lot of you guys liked Horizon. I wasn't a big fan of it, and I'm not a big fan of racing trucks and stuff like that. I just want to race cars on the circuit. I don't do drag racing. I don't do drifting. I just really enjoy circuit racing. So when you race against a Humvee or something like that and it keeps up with you, it's kind of takes away from the realism of the game. I don't know that you could take a Humvee and actually race against a 1,500-pound sports car and do anything against it. But that's no here nor there. The only real complaint that I have right now is the Mini Cooper 65. It is still overly powerful, and from what I understand, it has a little bit of a glitch to it as well. So you could make it overwhelmingly ridiculous. So multiplayers, you'll see, are won by Mini Cooper 65s. You can see in the leagues there's Mini Cooper 65s. If you go to rivals, and it doesn't matter probably what track you go to, you're going to see Mini Coopers in the leaderboard. Yep, because it's severely broken. I did download the one that was glitchy. I just wanted to try that out. The Cibo put one out there that has the glitch on it, and it's ridiculous. I think this was one full lap. I didn't even try it for any amount of time. So you can see top 4 on that track, and you can pretty much do that on any track out here. Because it's broken and it's a bug. Hopefully they'll take those away, because I like to see a mix of cars. And looks like Raceboy raced an Escalade. That's crazy. Anyway, I think the classes are good. I think the tracks are good. The tracks are challenging. There's a lot more tracks than there were before. I like, the main ones. I'm not a big fan of all the different versions of the tracks. Some of them I do like, some of them I don't like. There's just a lot of them. The night racing is cool. I think that is pretty awesome. Bathurst is kind of crazy because it's really dark. You have to have good headlights for that. But like Yaz is really good looking at night. And the rain driving is pretty fun too. You can just tell it takes a little bit of traction away from you. The downside is that they put really large puddles on the track, at least on the Sebring one that I've raced. So I haven't been too crazy about it. Overall, I think it's a really good game. I think it's going to allow more people to play in the career mode. Hopefully they'll take those trucks and SUVs into the career mode versus the multiplayer, but I'm sure we'll see those too. I love the new Indy ovals. I love the variation of some of those. So overall, I'm going to say this is a really good game, and it carries over a lot of the good things from Forza 5 and adds some new things. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll keep putting parts and tune cars out there so you guys can get some competitive cars to race on multiplayers or just take them out on rivals, and maybe eventually take them into league too. So good luck, and I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do. Take care. See you next video. Later.